David Hockney has been a good friend. He's been very generous with me. I've spent a lot of time with him over 30 years, and probably has been the largest influence on my work, I think. This is actually the first photograph that I did of David in 1983 for a show that I had at the James Corcoran Gallery called The Artist. I think it was called The Artist. This was actually photographed at his 70th birthday in London. And he has on the picture there, it says, "Death awaits you even if you do not smoke," which is funny. So there he is at 70 with wine and beer and a cake and a cigarette and enjoying himself. So he actually photographed or painted my daughter and I for a show that he had, which was a portrait show in 2005, which was an extraordinary experience. Can I show you some pictures that I have of David? Yeah. I'm working on a book of photographs that I did of David, and so we've kind of worked up this little thing here. But this is a presentation for the book. This is him in London. I can get you JPEGs of all of this. This is him drawing. This is kind of fun, where he's drawing his little sketchbook. So let me see if I can find that print in here. Oh, this is him doing his swimming pool. Yep, I don't have that in here. So he did this, yes, he did this picture of my daughter and I, which was in the show. Let me see if I can't find it. Everything but, let's see, maybe it's here. Hang on. So, well, I've got tons of JPEGs on this stuff, but so that's my daughter, Chloe, and that's me. And the photograph is, or the painting is called "The Photographer and His Daughter." And in it, he uses my 4x5 camera, and the idea of the painting is we did these photographs. This is the photograph of David at Bolton Abbey. And in fact, at Laycock Abbey, Fox Talbot developed or made the first photograph, or one of the first photographs. So the idea in the painting was that this abbey was the sort of origin of photography, and that photography, because of Photoshop, is going back to painting, and that photography now is more akin to painting than it is to photography as a chemical process. It's interesting. This is something that I learned from David. A lot of artists do it, but he builds very, very elaborate models of his shows. This was the LA Art Show, and so I built this little model, and I've learned to do that. He would build, for his operas, I photographed Tristan and Isolde for him. He would build huge, giant, not life-size, but all giant models with lights and everything to see what his sets would look like. And his shows, they always build something like this, very elaborate. If very small people come, you could sell them prints. I think it's the way that you can really see what work looks like, because otherwise you don't really know what it's going to look like in a space. And it can change. I mean, it often looks very different when you put it up, but at least this way you can get some idea of the sort of the size of things and the space. We have a show coming up in May at the Timothy Yarger Gallery in Beverly Hills on Bedford. And I just got the measurements from them this morning, and we'll build a model for that. So I'm in the process of picking out those prints, what they'll be.